From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. Hope you had an awesome weekend. The weather for sure was awesome, especially on Sunday morning. Now we'll have more sunshine in the forecast for today, more clouds for tomorrow, and that's going to be a precursor to rain chances picking up by Wednesday. In spite of all that, highs bounce between 55 to 60. We'll be in a pretty comfortable spot there. And then avalanche danger, unfortunately, is still considerable for our Cascade slopes for today. Right now, you're taking another live, beautiful look at the sunrise here in Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of our very own Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. Temperatures out there are chilly, 27 for the Tri-Cities, 38 for Walla Walla, 26 for Yakima. So, of course, you'll have to bundle up as you're headed out the front door. Your hourly forecast for this Monday for the Tri-Cities. Mostly sunny skies once again. Those highs for lower elevations, like I already said, between 55 to 60. Now look, there is like a low wind chance we could see a stray shower or two for the foothills, but the rest of us going to be dry. But we'll talk about those rain chances going up later in the week. Also, we'll touch on this considerable avalanche danger for today. So all that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a vehicle pulled from the water in Pasco, and investigators were shocked by what they found inside. Police believe a man on trial for child sex crimes was in that car. How the case against the man is now being handled coming up. And another man wanted, now in custody after a flashbang device was used during the arrest. Police responding to tips at an apartment complex. Coming up, how officers took this suspect into custody without incident. And residents taking their fight over a sex offender home beyond Kennewick. Dozens traveling to Seattle on Friday to protest. We're going to show you how the demonstrations in Everett and Sammamish were, and it's all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good Monday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott. We want to start this morning with a crime alert. One man is dead after being pulled from the water at the Chiawana Park boat launch on Friday morning. Authorities saying that the man was currently on trial in Franklin County. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz takes you to the scene and tells you about the charges that man was facing.
Authorities say that they believe a man on trial for several counts of child molestation and one count of child rape is dead after pulling a body and vehicle out of the water in Pasco Friday morning.
We're going to treat this as a homicide. It may not wind up being that, but we're going to treat it as such. So we widened our perimeter here out this far so we can just make sure that we're not going to miss or walk over any important evidence.
Police say that they received a call from a fisherman at 8 a.m. about a vehicle that was submerged in the water. After police used underwater cameras and drones to collect crime scene data, a tow truck and the Columbia Basin Dive and Rescue Team worked to pull the vehicle out of the water. The man found in the car is believed to be Jason Watts, a former Pasco resident, who would have appeared in court Friday for the second day of his trial. Although Pasco police says that it is possible that Watts died by suicide, they don't want to rule out all options just yet.
And if we assume it's a suicide or if we assume it's an accident, and then we pull the individual out and we discover, oh, we have one shot to collect evidence in this case. And so that's why we're treating it as such.
At a court hearing following the car being pulled out of the water, a judge dismissed the case against Watts, saying that it cannot continue if he is believed to be dead. We reached out to Pasco police to see if this case is still being treated as a homicide, but as of this newscast, we are still waiting on a response. Reporting from Pasco, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
And following the dismissal of Watts' case, the judge also sent the jury home as well. We'll, of course, keep you updated on the developments. And a continued crime alert, a wanted man is in custody in Kennewick after police used a flashbang device during an arrest Friday morning. Take a look, we were on scene.
You need to exit apartment car 203 with your hands empty.
Officers saying they received information that a wanted suspect was at an apartment complex there on 10th Avenue near Olympia Street. Well, police responded to the scene, first making contact with the suspect while he was sitting in a car. Then he went inside the apartment after authorities described what they described as a brief negotiation. Officers then deployed a flashbang, and the suspect was taken into custody without further incident, as you see there.
So we got information about a wanted subject inside of the apartment here at the Heatherstone Apartments. We verified that the warrants were good and confirmed, and then we made contact and he surrendered to us peacefully. I would say that we respond here regularly.
Police have not yet released any details about the charges that suspect may face or what alleged crimes led to that warrant. 6:05. Following up on Friday, where dozens of people from Kennewick who oppose a proposed sex offender home took their fight to the Seattle area. Take a look.
She is no longer with the company. She was not terminated, but she's no longer with the company.
Far away from all the destruction, far away from all of the risk.
And that was the scene during protests in Everett and Sammamish, the group trying to stop a home on 8th and Edison in Kennewick from becoming a less restrictive alternative facility for violent sex offenders. The women who bought that home live in the Seattle area. On Friday's protest in Everett, it took place outside of a New American Funding branch. That's where one of the homeowners, Isabel Valle, had been employed. Well, we've now learned since that she is no longer with that company.
So I think it's great. Like I said before, I think that what we're doing is not in vain. When we got here, the manager of the firm had no idea, which to me is a little funny because we emailed their senior vice president, we emailed their regional manager back in the end of January, early February, and they did respond and they did let us know they received our email and they were looking into Isabel. After that, we never heard anything back. I did follow up to let them know that we were planning a protest on the west side.
Our team did reach out to New American Funding, and they issued this statement saying, quote, "We can confirm that Isabel Valle is no longer employed by NAF. As a matter of company policy and respect for individual privacy, we cannot share additional details surrounding her departure." Apple Valley News Now also reached out to Isabel Valle herself, but did not hear back. Be sure to stay with us right here on air and online for continuing coverage of this proposed sex offender home. A follow-up now at 6:07 in Franklin County. Commissioners are learning that the cost of splitting from the Benton County services for juvenile services may be higher than expected. Leaders saying, though, it still could mean long-term savings. So at last week's meetings, Benton Franklin Superior Court judges warned the county that it will still need to fund their own juvenile court operations if the split becomes official next month. More than half of the nearly $2.9 million that Franklin County was paying covered court administration, probation, and counseling, which are services judges say won't automatically transfer. And they estimate about $1.13 million will be needed to hire 7 employees and to operate a bare-bones juvenile court.
Benton County proposed an agreement. Franklin County signed it. Benton County didn't sign it and then sent over another agreement. And so at this point, there isn't an agreement, and therefore the interlocal agreement is still in place.
Now, commissioners had projected savings about $2.5 million annually by ending the agreement and contracting with Martin Holland Medical Lake for detention. Franklin County Administrator Brian Danzel tells Apple Valley News Now last Thursday, Benton County and Franklin County did reach a settlement. 6:08 now, taking you to Yakima, where budget cuts are coming to the Yakima Parks and Recreation in 2026 due to funding constraints facing the city of Yakima. So the reductions will impact some parks programs and facilities like the Harmon Senior Center and Lions Pool. In response, the city is now partnering with the Yakima Valley Community Foundation to launch the Yakima Parks and Recreation Community Fund. Now, the fund will help support free summer events at Chesterly, Franklin, and Miller Parks. Traditions officials say are also at risk due to rising costs. Community members can find more information on how to donate through the city of Yakima. Still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, Wapato High School's wrestling team making history again, winning back-to-back state titles. Coming up, how teamwork and depth helped them score big without actually having any individual champs. So we're going to talk sports after the break. And giving you a live look outside this morning at 6:09. This one from our Central Washington outdoor camera at the rodeo grounds in Ellensburg. When we come back, we'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth, break down what you can expect as you head out the door today.
New Nissan?
Not correct.
Hey. You got to put it through its paces.
You can take it.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event featuring Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Get 0% APR for 60 months when financed through INMAC, or get $3,500 to $6,000 total savings on select models.
Brace your taste buds. Don't miss out on the new DQ $6.99 Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket. A spice of bold heat, served with a side of our cool, sweet DQ soft serve as a dip. All for just $6.99. Plus, try a sweet, spicy sip of lemonade made with tahini. It's the new Swisey menu for a limited time, only at DQ.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
This is the Tempur Active Breeze. It's designed to help sleepers with different climate needs rest comfortably all night. So no more fighting over the AC or the covers, because the Tempur Active Breeze Smart Bed delivers a sleep temperature range of up to 30 degrees and helps you and your partner get the personalized comfort you need for the deep, undisturbed rest you deserve.
And score a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Plus, 72 months, no interest. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
At Fred's, discover the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. It's time appliances had a personality, yours. Express your personal style with GE Cafe. Modern colors with sleek custom hardware to accent any stylish kitchen. With the purchase of select suite combinations, get up to a $3,000 mail-in rebate. Customize your kitchen style and take advantage of special savings today at Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Unfortunately, we still have considerable avalanche danger out there. Now, it's actually low for Mount Hood, but for the rest of the Cascade slopes, we're still at that level 3 out of 5. Thankfully, a lot more yellow on this map for tomorrow, which means that the avalanche danger will drop back down to moderate, and hopefully this will continue throughout the rest of the week. But just to touch base again about what considerable avalanche danger actually is, it means natural avalanches are possible. Human-triggered avalanches are likely. See a wide array of the different types of sizes and distribution of avalanches, and you still have to evaluate the snowpack carefully, find your routes very cautiously, and make very conservative decisions when you are navigating out in the backcountry. Okay, now let's talk about temperatures over the next 7 days. Bouncing anywhere between 55 to 60. Even for today, we'll bounce between 55 to 60 for lower elevations. A lot of 60s on the map. 60 for the Tri-Cities and Hermiston, Sunnyside, and for Hanford. Then for tonight, dropping down into the 30s and 40s for lower elevations. We're looking at 20s and 30s up in the higher terrain of the Blues. And those high temperatures staying above normal over the next 7 days, anywhere between 2 to 7 degrees warmer than normal. It looks like the warmest day is going to be Tuesday and Saturday in the Tri-Cities. That would place us at 62. And those overnight lows are also going to stay above normal. In fact, way above normal for the nights of Tuesday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, as we'll be about 10 to 15 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. In part, that's because of this, that chance for wet weather as we head into the middle of the week. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 6:14 now, talking sports this morning, as Wapato High School held an assembly last week honoring their winter sports teams, including their state champion boys wrestling team. Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable highlights the wrestlers' second straight title.
Wapato High School's boys wrestling team was honored at a school assembly Friday for winning their second consecutive state title.
It's awesome to see the school spirit. I mean, the admins here and everybody, they support our wrestling program a lot, along with the other sports that are going on, you know, to see all of Wapato. That's the goal, is to see all Wapato sports do good.
The Wolves didn't win your typical way. They had many high-placing wrestlers, but no individual state champions in their weight classes.
I think we have so much depth at our team. We didn't have a single state champion, but I think Zilla had 3 state champions. We beat them by 50 points. and we had 0 state champions. It just really shows the depth of our team.
It was truly a team effort, as Wapato was able to score points by having 2 runner-ups and 10 wrestlers finishing in the top 6 of their weight class.
You know, the battling that all the kids did coming, we didn't have 1 state champ, so I mean, seeing these kids, you know, fight and never giving up, that's big. Those are always stuff that you want to see as a coach, seeing no quit, and that's kind of real good to see.
Not everyone on the team experienced last year's title. Michael Bustos joined the team this year as a freshman and made a big impact, finishing 2nd place in the 126-pound class.
Coming into the season, I wouldn't really say it was pressure, but just coming in knowing I had to compete and just coming in dedicated to stay on the grind they were to repeat.
Wapato had gone 50 years without any sports teams winning a state title, but now the boys wrestling team has added 2 championships in a row and have no plans on stopping anytime soon. In Wapato, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
And also honored at that assembly was the girls wrestling team and the boys and girls basketball teams. All 4 of Wapato's winter sports teams made it to the state playoffs this year, and both basketball teams will play in the state tournament this weekend. Good luck to them. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, checking back in with Josh, breaking down your first alert forecast as we give you that live look outside from the Central Washington Outdoor Camera at the rodeo grounds in Ellensburg. We're back after the break.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. Because at Schweitzer, your best day can start in the village or at the summit and everywhere in between. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Initiate re-entry. Life's better when you're under our roof because you'll feel protected. Good thing we're covered. And safe drivers can save too. Touchdown. Also, your family's free too. And you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. So while they're dreaming, you're saving. Customize what you pay with Drive My Way. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Congratulations, Dave. You just won $1,000 for Camo Dave Ministry as part of our Volunteers Count contest.
We encourage the public to get involved, and that's how this exists.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at AppleValleyNews.now.com.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
When looking at your meal, you must always make sure there's enough sauce for every single bite.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece Chicken McNuggets for only $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. A place where the views are as good as the company. And the skiing is as electric as the experience. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Check out Bluewood. It's a homegrown ski area close to Walla Walla and Tri-Cities and has runs for just about all levels of skiers. Fly the Northwest over Ski Bluewood. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Monday on Live, Zach Braff from the new season of Scrubs.
Whoa!
Plus Oscar nominee Wagner Moura from The Secret Agent.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. This week is going to start off dry, and then rain chance is going to pick up by the middle of the week. So high pressure continues to dominate the Pacific Northwest. That's why we're going to be dry to start off the week. But then this low pressure system that is hanging off the edge of the page here, that eventually is going to break down our pattern that will bring up rain chances. So let's put all this into motion with Futurecast radar. Not much to show you for today, so we'll pick up the action. This is 5 a.m. for tomorrow morning. Not much going on for lower elevations. Could have some showers throughout the day up in the Cascades, but the action really going to ramp up the later into the evening we go. Closer to midnight you see snowfall picking up for the Cascades, and then into Wednesday morning it is going to be a wet commute out there, especially for the foothills, where that looks like, at least in terms of lower elevations, that's where we'll pick up the best rainfall amounts. So we'll take it back to the Tri-Cities for tomorrow after 7 p.m. I think that's probably going to be our best opportunity to see rainfall. And then on Wednesday, we'll have some decent chances really all throughout the day, trending a little bit drier after 4 p.m. And then in general, we'll hold on to small rain chances from Thursday and beyond that. So here's some of the rainfall totals we're expecting throughout that extended stretch of weather. 10 a.m. on Tuesday to 4 a.m. next Monday. Getting some decent totals up in the Cascades, lower elevations, not seeing that much at all, except for the foothills where maybe we could pick up around, I'd say, 1/4 of an inch of rainfall. And then in terms of the snow, 4 a.m. on Wednesday to 4 a.m. on Friday, that's going to be our best time slot to see snowfall. Maybe just a few inches of snow for a Cascade passes, the same thing for a Blue Mountain passes. For now, it doesn't look like the snowfall is going to be too impactful, but we'll see how the forecast evolves. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A nice start to the week. Rain likely on Wednesday, then trending drier for the rest of the week. And Yakima, rain likely by midweek, then mostly dry again Thursday and beyond. For Ellensburg, also tracking wet weather by the middle of the week, and then a gusty run of weather for Wednesday and beyond. In Hermiston, rain likely Wednesday, then a little ticky-tack shower chances Thursday through Sunday. And finally, for Walla Walla, also tracking wet weather for the middle of the week, and like we were just talking about, maybe picking up to 1/4 of an inch of rainfall.
Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, the SAG Awards got a fresh look, but the celebrity thank yous and emotional moments stayed the same. We'll show you the stars who were honored by their peers, from Kristen Bell to Harrison Ford, and the moments that had Hollywood cheering. We're going to take you to the Actors Awards coming up after the break.
When looking at your meal, you must always make sure there's enough sauce for every single bite.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece Chicken McNuggets for only $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Looking for a career that drives you forward? OIC of Washington is training the next generation of essential workers right here in Yakima County. Our CDL training program gives you the skills to safely operate commercial vehicles. Hands-on instruction in inspections, maneuvering, defensive driving, and DOT compliance. Earn your Class A license and open doors to in-demand, high-paying jobs. Want to start working sooner? Our Flagger certification prepares you for roadway safety, teaching state and federal standards, work zone equipment, and the responsibilities that keep crews safe. Boost your resume with forklift training. Learn to safely lift, load, and move materials in today's busy warehouses. And because safety goes beyond the job site, our CPR and first aid courses give you life-saving skills that matter anywhere. Build your future with OIC of Washington. Training today for the jobs of tomorrow.
If your bath has seen a lot of life, nobody gives it new life like Bath Fitter. Whatever shape your bath is in, Bath Fitter will transform it with an amazing number of styles and watertight walls that are grout-free and easy to clean. With 40 years of experience, Bath Fitter knows what people want. An affordable remodel that isn't just beautiful, it's guaranteed for life. When it's time to give your bath new life, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers, so switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And now switch to T-Mobile and get free phones for $0 down. Plus 4 lines for only $25 per month per line.
Better service, better price, win-win.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu, which means make it a meal and save. Extra value meals are back. So now, get a sausage McMuffin with egg meal for $5.
Ski Bluewood on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
6:25 and welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Taking a look at your entertainment headlines this morning. Hollywood rolling out the red carpet Friday night for the SAG-AFTRA Awards. And there were some familiar faces, some new honors, and some unforgettable thank yous.
From TV drama ensembles to Life Achievement Awards, celebrities like Kristen Bell, Harrison Ford, and Noah Wyle took the stage, sharing gratitude, memories, and emotions with their peers.
Yeah, here this morning with your SAG wrap-up, David Daniels with your Hollywood Minute.
This year, the show got a little bit of a facelift. Like many people in this room can understand, we nipped the SAG.
SAG-AFTRA's annual awards had a new name, but a familiar host in Kristen Bell, and familiar gratitude for winners honored by their peers.
I love being an actor. I love actors. Working with you, playing with you, and when necessary, marching alongside of you has been the greatest joy of my life.
Honoree Noah Wyle returned to the stage with the cast of The Pit to accept the award for Best TV Drama Ensemble. Seth Rogen topped that, taking the podium 3 times as the studio won Best TV Comedy Ensemble, and he accepted individual honors for himself and the late Catherine O'Hara.
She really showed that you can be a genius and be kind, and one of those things does not have to come at the expense of the other.
Harrison Ford received a Life Achievement Award.
Thank you to SAG-AFTRA for honoring me with this prize. This is very encouraging.
I wasn't expecting this, but it does really mean a lot to me from my peers.
Film honorees included Amy Madigan for Weapons.
To work with my heart in my hand and stand beside my brilliant, daring friends who show me their heart. I mean, what a way to spend a life. Thank you.
Jessie Buckley for Hamnet.
This ride has been unbelievable, so thank you for welcoming me in and making me feel seen.
And Michael B. Jordan, who retook the stage with his Sinners cast to accept Best Motion Picture Ensemble.
From the bottom of our hearts to the bottom of your hearts, thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
A lot of emotions and some well-deserved honors in that room for sure.
Definitely. When is the Oscars? When is that happening?
I knew you were going to ask me something like that. Oh gosh, in the next couple of months, isn't it? Isn't it normally in April?
I feel like it's sometime in the spring. That's
April
pretty
or
vague.
May?
It's in the next 2 weeks.
It's in the next 2 weeks.
Make it a stone.
You love that in the ear. Yep. Always getting the good info from the back room. All right, well, we still have much more to come here on Good Morning Northwest. Pendleton has a new campaign aiming to inform residents about city ordinances and property maintenance. Coming up, we're going to see how the outreach program is going to help keep neighborhoods safe and the things officials think you need to know. Those details are coming up in your 6:30 half hour.
Injured in a car crash, the insurance company can sure make you feel small. When you choose the heavy hitter, you get big help and big results. Injured in a car wreck? Big thanks. Get big help. Call me.
Call 853-2222.
In 1997, my father-in-law, John Ramsey, started this business. We took it from 2.5 acres. Now we're 22 acres.
What separates us is you're not just a number when you walk in the door.
Professional, on time. They answer all my questions.
Our experience was so positive. There was no pressure. It feels like a home away from home.
I can guarantee you when you buy an RV from us, you are part of the Broadmoor family.
At Broadmoor RV,
we make camping fun!
we're in this together.
Sex and surgery all day.
Got this drive inside. Obsession.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health's Prosser General Surgery Center.
That's it, Stan Mangle.
Life's better when you're under our roof, because we're as committed to protecting your dreams as you are to taking care of them and teaching the next generation.
Looking good.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
Most people who have lived through an opioid overdose have something in common. They didn't do it alone. Someone was there when they OD'd. Someone had naloxone. Someone called for help. So, if you use opioids like fentanyl, know who your someone is. Use with them when you can. Have naloxone with you. And make sure your someone is ready to help you if you need it. Just like you would for them.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts thanks Shelby's Floral and Hapo Community Credit Union for supporting Bikes for Tykes. If you know a child who needs a bike but can't afford one, click Bikes for Tykes on our website. From Shelby's Floral, Hapo Community Credit Union, and Apple Valley News Now.
Injured in a car crash? The insurance company can sure make you feel small. When you choose the heavy hitter, you get big help and big results. Injured in a car wreck? Big thanks. Get big help. Call me.
Call 853-2222.
First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee, Apple Valley News Now.
Always on your side.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Monday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Josh Colbert.
And we had an absolutely beautiful weekend. Sunshine, lollipops, rainbows, unicorns.
Good.
I mean, at my house at least, all those things.
Yeah, someone was celebrating a birthday.
Yeah, right? We did. We had Genevieve's 4th birthday party over the weekend. Full-on unicorn party. So the sunshine was perfect for it.
I think you're going to be picking glitter out of the carpet until she's 14, right? It's going to be a while.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
But I can handle it if the sun's out.
Yes, and hey, the sun is going to be out for today.
Perfect.
It looks like the clouds start to build in for Tuesday, then rain chances picking up by the middle of the week. But
it is spring, so.
Yes, but a magnificent Monday ahead of us. Let's go ahead and take a look at those big weather stories. So, like we were just talking about, those rain chances going up by the middle of the week. Pretty good chances for rain as well, especially for the foothills. And those high temperatures bouncing between 55 to 60, keeping it pretty mild for this time of the year. And the avalanche danger will still be considerable for today. Okay, you're taking a live look right now at Richland. There's this view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. Not seeing much out there for this morning except for a bird that just flew by the camera. Temperatures down into the 20s and 30s for lower elevations. A couple of 27s for the Tri-Cities and Hanford, 38 for Walla Walla. Got to bundle up as you're headed out the front door. And here's your hourly forecast for this Monday for the Yakima Valley. Mostly sunny skies all throughout the day. Highs getting up around 60 degrees. Now look, there can maybe be like a stray sprinkle out there for the foothills for today, maybe for the Blue Mountains as well. But I'm banking on dry conditions, mostly sunny skies overall, especially for the lower Columbia Basin for the Yakima Valley. But we'll talk a lot more about this, the considerable avalanche danger that we still have for our Cascade Slope. So talking about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. We begin this half hour of news taking you to Oregon, where the city of Pendleton is launching a new effort aimed at helping people live there better understand their local code enforcement rules. And the goal, of course, is education and keeping neighborhoods safe. So the city recently adding a second code enforcement officer, allowing the city to take a more proactive approach to common compliance issues. While code enforcement will still respond to complaints, officials say the new focus will also include educating the people there about city codes before problems escalate. The campaign is going to start by focusing on two common issues: street tree maintenance and sidewalk maintenance. City officials say the people in Pendleton may see more outreach through social media, utility bill flyers, and direct contact from officers if a property is found to be out of compliance. Now, in many cases, they say officers might leave courtesy warnings explaining the issues and what steps need to be done to fix it.
If that person that is responsible for that property calls us and says, hey, I got the letter, I'm working on it, here's the things I'm doing, but I can't have it done by Friday, could I have an extra week so I could get these things done? Then we will generally work with them.
City leaders say that the education campaign is designed to give people who live there more time to understand the rules, fix the issues, and help keep Pendleton safe and looking its best. 6:35 still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. It seems like Every other day, there's another data breach or a letter offering free credit monitoring. That's why Consumer Reports says don't wait until your accounts are compromised to take action. Coming up, we're going to explore the simple tools and settings that can help protect your personal information before it's too late. That's all coming up in your Consumer Report after the break.
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Let Quantum Legal protect you and be your champion on the legal battleground. Whether it's a fight for justice in the face of criminal accusations, personal injury claims, or workplace accidents, Quantum Legal is your unwavering ally. An aggressive offense is your greatest defense. Quantum Legal is the sword and shield you've been seeking. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
BOGO time is back at Vance. Right now through March, when you buy a new AC, the All-Star Team at Vance will throw in a furnace for free. That's right. And our licensed professionals will handle it all. Call us today because this offer won't last. Upgrade your system and get peace of mind and savings all year long. Ask your system designer for details. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance. Vance Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some. Gimme Some Bagels.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits, including 24/7 telehealth.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
On it.
Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
Okay, bye.
I met a cute poodle outside.
Oh, really?
She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free. That can't be true.
Sure it is. When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free.
Free?
Yeah. You don't pay us a penny unless we win for you.
That's doggone crazy.
Hello? Yeah, sure. That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
The heavy hitter is one for you. Call 853-2222.
Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. His forecasts detail the microclimates in our area. He loves the challenge of weather science and bringing accurate forecasts home to you. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. Only one station. Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
Monday on Live. Zach Braff from the new season of Scrubs.
Whoa.
Plus Oscar nominee Wagner Moura from The Secret Agent.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're continuing to track that considerable avalanche danger for our Cascade Slopes for today. So pretty much nothing but orange on this map. Now Mount Hood has low avalanche danger, but that's what we're tracking for today. Thankfully, just a lot more moderate avalanche danger as opposed to considerable for tomorrow. Hopefully that trend continues for the rest of the week. We have a lot more information posted about this online at applevalleynewsnow.com. All right, now let's take it back down to lower elevations and let's talk about the temperatures that we'll have over the next week. But we start off by just talking about today's forecast. Mostly sunny skies across the map, especially in the Cascades. Highs getting up into the 40s and 50s. For the Kittitas Valley, we'll have partly cloudy skies, mid-50s up and down the valley. Mostly sunny for the Yakima Valley, highs right around 60. A few more clouds for the lower Columbia Basin. Also will be right around 60 degrees. A few more clouds for the Blue Foothills, mostly cloudy skies here with mid-50s. Can't rule out a stray sprinkle or two. The same thing for the Blue Mountains where those highs are going to end up in the 40s and 50s. Light winds across the map, but the rest of this week, especially for Wednesday and beyond, looking much gustier out there. Okay, those are overnight lows dropping down into the 30s and 40s. For lower elevations, we'll have 20s and 30s up in the mountains, and the high temperatures going to stay about, well, here in the lower Columbia Basin, precisely 2 to 7 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. Looks like Tuesday and Saturday are going to be those warmest days, and those overnight lows are going to be way warmer than normal for this time of the year. 44 for Tuesday night. Pretty close to that by Friday night as well. And in part, that has to do with rain chances picking up for the middle of the week. We'll time that out with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 6:40 now, and taking you to a Consumer Report this morning. If you've ever worried whether your personal information is safe online, you're not alone. Whether you're scrolling social media or shopping online, your data might be at risk. But now this morning, Consumer Report says there are some easy steps you can take right now to help keep your information from being stolen online.
Every other day, it seems like there's another data breach in the headlines or a letter in the mail offering free credit monitoring from a company targeted by hackers. Consumer Report says now is the time to take action to help protect your personal data.
Don't wait until your favorite social media account is compromised before you start taking steps to secure your account. Just like you wouldn't wait until your house is broken into before getting a lock. And the easiest way to do that is to use a password manager.
The good thing about a password manager, it remembers all of your unique and secure passwords so you don't have to. 1Password Families is at the top of CR's password manager ratings, and Keeper offers a free option for a single mobile user. Setting up multi-factor authentication on your accounts adds an extra layer of security. It requires a second form of identification to log in, so hackers can't access your accounts even if they have your password. If you're not using multi-factor authentication and your password is leaked,
attackers will use a combination of your username and that password in every account they can find. So you want to make sure that they're not finding other accounts that they can get into.
That includes the old music, dating, or social media accounts you don't use anymore. One way to clear a lot of your online data at once, CR's Permission Slip app. Even with the free version, you can see what data companies collect about you and request that they don't sell it anymore or that they delete it altogether. And if your data is stolen, it's important to change your passwords immediately and keep a close eye on your accounts for any unusual activity. If you need a little help getting started, Consumer Report's free online tool, Security Planner, offers step-by-step guidance so you'll know what to do, including expert tips to improve your digital safety and privacy online. This is Marcy Whalen.
Says the best time to protect your data is before it's stolen. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And we'll check back in with Josh. We'll have your full First Alert forecast as we give you that live look outside from our Legends Casino and Hotel Sky camera at Richlands Columbia Point. We're back after the break.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. Because at Schweitzer, your best day can start in the village or at the summit and everywhere in between. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone, and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
For 50 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral. Ever Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some. Gimme Some Bagels.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and explore unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in the region. Upgrade your kitchen with the spacious LG refrigerator with its innovative cooling technology and generous storage capacity. Keep your food fresher for longer while enjoying the modern design that complements any kitchen decor. The Smart ThinQ technology allows you to control and diagnose your refrigerator from your smartphone. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. A place where the views are as good as the company. And the skiing is as electric as the experience. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We'll track some more active weather as we head into the middle of the week, but the beginning of the week going to be dry because of this area of high pressure that continues to shield us from active weather. But you see more active weather is looming off the page in the form of a low pressure center, a cold front, a warm front. So as that gets closer to us, that pattern is going to break down and rain chances will go up. Let's time it out with Futurecast radar. This is 5 a.m. starting tomorrow morning, as there's not going to be that much to show for today. Today's going to be a lovely day. Now for tomorrow, throughout the day, we're seeing these very light showers for the Cascades, but the closer we get to midnight, the deeper into the evening we go, that means that rain and snow chances are going to pick up, especially for the Cascades. Now into the wee hours of the morning for Wednesday, actually a little bit later than that, but 5 a.m. on Wednesday, you can see just a lot of mess here on the radar. And we'll break this down in terms of actual precip chances this half hour for the Yakima Valley. So on Tuesday after 7 p.m., just low-end chances of rainfall. And then on Wednesday for the Yakima Valley, low-end chances of rainfall up until 4 p.m. After that, it's going to be dry. So in terms of accumulating rain from this whole thing, we're not going to see that much for lower elevations. We'll have more to say on that here in just a second. But the precip chances for the Yakima Valley after Wednesday, see just holding on to those little chances of rainfall. Now, in terms of the rainfall accumulations we could see during that extended stretch of more active weather. Not much doing at all for the Kittitas or the Yakima Valley or the lower Columbia Basin, maybe picking up close to 1/4 inch of rain for the Blue Foothills. And our best window to see snowfall would be 4 a.m. on Wednesday to 4 a.m. on Friday, maybe just a few inches for passes. For now, it doesn't look like it's going to be too impactful, but of course, we'll keep a very close eye on things. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A nice start to the week. Rain likely on Wednesday, then trending drier for the rest of the week. In Yakima, rain likely by midnight, then mostly dry again Thursday and beyond. In Ellensburg, also tracking wet weather by the middle of the week, then quite the gusty run of weather for Wednesday and beyond. For Hermiston, rain likely Wednesday, then little ticky-tack shower chances Thursday through Sunday. And finally for Walla Walla, also tracking wet weather for the middle of the week. And like we were just talking about, maybe picking up to 1/4 inch of rainfall. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Robin Roberts one-on-one with Christina Applegate.
What was it like for you to reflect on your life as you did?
Really hard. The actress who's spent so much of her life on screen, from Married with Children,
I guess this is au revoir,
to Dead to Me, is opening up in a deeply personal memoir called You with the Sad Eyes.
Those things that I wrote in those diaries and my journals were locked in a box. It was like I never wanted anyone to see them.
What made you change your mind?
Because I know there's a lot of people who have been abused and have lived like really hard times, and I just felt like I'm here for you.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more of Robin's interview with Christina Applegate. With your GMA First Look, I'm Hannah Batam, ABC News, New York.
Opening day, just like we used to.
I love being out here with Sam again, especially at the big game.
It's why I wanted more for my symptomatic obstructive HCM. So I asked my cardiologist about Camzyos. With Camzyos, my symptoms have improved, and I can be more active. It's a difference I can feel, and he can see.
Camzyos is proven to reduce obstruction in the heart 4 times more. Camzyos may cause serious side effects, including heart failure that can lead to death, a risk that's increased with serious infection, irregular heartbeat, or with certain other medicines. Do not stop, start, or change medicines or dose without telling your doctor. You must have echocardiograms before and during treatment. Seek help for new or worsening heart failure symptoms. Camzyos is only available through a restricted program. Before taking Camzyos, tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and current or planned pregnancy, as Camzyos may harm your unborn baby. Camzyos, first in its class to treat symptomatic OHCM.
It's great to be back.
Ask your cardiologist about Camzyos.
Now, the morning sprint.
50 time for your morning sprint, and we start with your national headlines this morning as law enforcement has now released the identity of a man suspected in Sunday's mass shooting in Austin, Texas. Now investigators trying to determine if the U.S. military strike against Iran inspired the deadly attack. Police have identified the gunman as 53-year-old Naija Daigain. He was born in Senegal, but he was naturalized a U.S. citizen. Investigators say that he opened fire at a bar in the city's entertainment district down on 6th Street. 2 people killed, 14 others injured, all before police shot and killed him. Authorities say he was wearing a hoodie with the words "Property of Allah" on it, and that he had an undershirt with the Iranian flag on it. FBI, along with state and local authorities, are investigating the incident. In your business headlines this morning, the U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran are expected to have an impact on oil prices, and oil futures surged in the first trades since the attacks began over the weekend. U.S. crude rose about $8 a barrel, or 12%, to around $75 a barrel. Stock futures fell sharply, with the Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ down about 1%. Analysts say gas prices could raise more than 25 cents a gallon because of the Mideast conflict. And at 6:52, here are the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Starting in Pasco, where police recovered a vehicle with a body in it. This was on Friday at the waters at the Chiawana boat launch. They believe the man inside that car was Jason Watts, who was on trial for child molestation and child rape. Police received a call from a fisherman about a submerged car. Underwater cameras and drones were used to collect crime scene information, and a tow truck and the Columbia Basin Dive and Rescue Team were able to come out and pull that car from the water. Following the recovery, the judge dismissed the case against Watts, saying a trial cannot continue if he is deceased. And in Kennewick, police arrested a wanted man on Friday morning after deploying a flashbang device. We were on scene. Take a look at the video right now. Officers responding to tips that the suspect was at this apartment complex on 10th Avenue near Olympia Street. They first located that suspect in a vehicle there, but then he went inside. After a brief negotiation, police used the flashbang, and you could see he did come out, and police were able to take him into custody without any other incident. Authorities not releasing any details, though, on the charges or the crimes that led to that warrant. Also on Friday, dozens of people from Kennewick traveled to Seattle, to the area over on the west side, to protest a proposed sex offender home in the city. Demonstrations were held in Everett and Sammamish. This group is trying to stop a home that's expected to go in at 8th and Edison. It's expected to become a less restrictive alternative facility for violent sex offenders, and the neighborhood does not want that. Oh, the women who bought that property, they live there on the west side. One of the protests in Everett took place outside of a New American Funding branch where one of those homeowners, Isabel Vallea, had been employed. Company confirming to us, though, that she is no longer employed with that organization, adding that they cannot share further details about her departure. And in Franklin County, commissioners are reviewing the costs of what it would be to separate from the Benton County for juvenile services. Judges warning that the county will need to fund its own court operations now if the split's finalized. More than half of the nearly $2.9 million that Franklin County was paying covered court administration, probation, and counseling. Estimates suggest about $1.3 million will be needed to hire staff and run a basic juvenile court. The county had projected savings of $2.5 million annually by ending the agreement, but commissioners say a recent settlement with Benton County may still provide long-term financial benefits. And Rattlesnake Ridge has slowly been sliding downhill since 2017. At its peak in early 2018, fastest part of the slide moved more than a foot per week. State geologists say that the slope is now slowing, moving less than 3/4 of an inch per month. Monitoring equipment tracks even the smallest of changes, and of course also keeping a close eye on traffic along I-82. Shipping containers are still in place on Thorpe Road to catch any falling rocks or debris. Officials say they will continue monitoring until the slide comes to a complete stop. Of course, people in the area and drivers who go through there are always reminded to be cautious around the area, even as signs do point to stabilization. All right, 6:55 and trending this morning. Pokemon celebrating its 30th anniversary over the weekend. And it was a great weekend to go catch them all.
Yeah, it was. Well, the global phenomenon began with 2 Game Boy titles released in Japan. Pocket Monsters Red and Green was shortened to Pokemon in Japanese, spawning what's now considered the world's highest grossing media franchise.
The coveted characters appeared on a popular anime series, trading cards, and then years later on a mobile app called Pokemon Go, creating a whole new generation of Pokemon fans. More than 75 billion Pokemon cards have been produced over the years and are traded in highly lucrative markets. Are you a Pokemon card collector?
No, I definitely got into Pokemon Go back in 2016. There was like a little
when
revival.
Everyone was running the streets like madmen trying to catch them all.
Yeah. It was crazy. There was like a little revival in 2020 right before the pandemic hit, and then once the pandemic hit, I didn't end up pursuing that as a passion. But did you ever any Pokemon phase at all?
No, never had a Pokemon phase.
That's maybe what I was expecting.
Does that track for you? Yeah. Did have a Pokemon phase? My kids dabble though. I mean, like our son has Pokemon cards.
I couldn't.
And then he tries to show me like, oh, look at that. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you how to play the Pokemon card game or like what is valuable. I know Charizard is like is
that
really
a thing?
Valuable. Yeah.
All right, that's a thing.
Baseline knowledge there.
And we've seen some of those cards go for tons of money recently, which is wild.
Yes.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes out.
Yeah, exactly. All right, get us out the door. We're expecting more sunshine today.
Yeah, we are. And now, of course, it is a cold start. It's 24 right now in the Tri-Cities, so that number definitely just dropped down quite a bit over the past, I would say, over the past 30 minutes or so. But later today, it's going to be mild as we'll have temperatures getting up into the 50s, maybe even some low 60s. Plenty of sunshine once again today for the Tri-Cities, so you get 2 thumbs up from this meteorologist. For today, in general, for lower elevations, bouncing anywhere between 55 to 60. I think we'll have more clouds the further and further to the east you go, and then those rain chances picking up for the middle of the week.
All right. Well, thanks so much for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest on these stories and more on our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Now, Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.